What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Movie Mob Podcast. My name is Nick. I'm a filmmaker from Massachusetts, and sitting next to me is a stand-in for Hercules, Matt Sampson. Matt, thanks for joining me today in the studio.
Always a pleasure, Nick.
Joining us live from the Arkham Asylum Theater, all the way from Gotham City, is RJ Carreri. RJ, thanks for being here.
They just keep showing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest there, and I like it.
Good
I
film.
feel like if they actually showed that at an insane asylum, that would be
Get some ideas.
Probably bad.
it's
Yeah,
probably a bad
They keep
idea.
showing
No?
me Shutter Island,
Right.
Shutter Island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a loop of Shutter Island. Like that would be fucking horrible.
Either way, there's lobotomies. So
Oh,
Right. Yeah, ice pick lobotomies.
thank you.
Speaking of people who want me to, or who make me want an ice pick lobotomy, are my two producers, Max and Josh, behind the camera. Thanks,
how are ya?
boys. Good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Well, RJ, we've got a lot of movie news to get to this week. We have a little bit of an update from last week. Thank you for helping me out here. Last week, we talked about Christopher Nolan's new film that has, we don't even know what the story is. We don't have a script. It's upwards of 3 things, but people are already signing on, RJ, to be part of the cast, apparently. Robert Pattinson
Oh.
and Charlize Theron
nice.
joined Christopher
right.
Nolan's next film that we have no fucking idea what it's going to be about. Right. Stacked cast, no script. Sounds like Hollywood to me.
Thank you.
Pattinson is set to shoot both this film that we have no idea what it is and the Batman 2 at the same time. Well, not exactly the same time, but during next
Same
year.
year. Yeah.
Right. But nothing. Is this quote from Pattinson, RJ? This nothing is close to being planned.
No, that was the Variety article, and someone said that, an insider.
Yeah.
You know, they never say who.
Right. So an inside a source close to the production says that nothing
Yeah.
is close to being planned yet regarding the Batman 2, which I think is kind of frustrating. Matt, how do you feel about the fact that they're looking at Nolan's next film, but they haven't even decided to plan out like we've already finished
Yeah.
the Penguin.
Yeah.
They haven't even started shooting the Batman 2 yet.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say it's written.
To be honest.
How do you feel about it, Matt?
No, to be honest, I mean, we should be seeing this movie like next month. You know what I mean? The Batman 2, I mean, the Batman, it came out early 2022. We should be seeing this movie fucking right now. Or at least like early 2025.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if they had planned out, seriously speaking,
Yeah.
wouldn't it have been nice if they had planned out like Batman 1, then we waited a little bit, but then
Yeah.
you have the Penguin series that's supposed to lead you right into the
Yeah.
Batman 2.
It comes like right up a few
If
months
you're going to
later.
film multiple things at once, why does it
Yeah.
have to be a Nolan film and
Yeah.
Batman?
No,
Fuck.
it is a little frustrating because it should already be out. But
Right.
I will say this, like I'm still excited just because I'm so fucking amped for the Batman 2, and like Pattinson's hot right now.
Well, I don't want
And
to.
Nolan.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think if it was going to be a shit movie, or if we didn't
no
want
one
to see
would care.
it, we wouldn't care at all.
No, we like honestly like not to, but I know this is like different things, but like Stranger Things, the next season, it's been so long now, and like I really could give a shit. You know, last season I've kind of like lost my interest. I mean, I'm probably still gonna watch it because it's more reflection on, you know, me not having much to do. But like I've kind of lost interest. You know what I mean? Since it's been so long.
RJ, how do you feel about this plan of theirs?
Well, I mean, I agree with you. Like, I wish we were getting next year. I think the realistic explanation for that, though, is the writer's strikes, because Matt Reeves literally couldn't write during that entire period. So I think, and that was almost like a year. I think it was like 6 or 8 months. So that's probably why. And then you also had like James Gunn stepping in at DC and that shakeup. So I think that's probably why it's taken so long. But I mean, yeah, ideally it would have been nice to have the Penguin this year and then the Batman next year. I mean, fingers crossed. Hopefully they don't delay this again. I don't think they will,
That'd be
but
fucked.
I also think now the holdup could be, we talked about it last time, was the fact that Greg Fraser, the cinematographer for the Batman, is also shooting the Batman Dune 3 next year. So
Right.
there might be some conflict of schedule there, and obviously you want him back.
Yeah, this guy's
So-
a hitmaker, Dune and Batman. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, in regards to the casting, I think we mentioned Robert Pattinson being in this movie last week.
No, but
Perfect.
Charlize just signed on. Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. I mean, I feel like they're not obviously all going to have big roles. It's probably still going to be 2 or 3 people with major roles, but Nolan loves throwing in like the ensemble thing, even if it's for a scene.
No, I like that. I like that.
But it's
too.
funny. I think last time he shot a movie with Nolan was Tenet, and he was also shooting the Batman 2 that year. It's kind of funny how that repeated.
Maybe
But,
you'll get some.
no, I'm
Batman
excited.
shows.
Yeah, the additional cast is making me more excited versus the Matt Damon and Tom Holland thing, which I'm still not thrilled about. But
Yeah, I hear you.
what do you think, Nick? You look like you have an opinion there.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of dumb. Like, I don't, just because there's a writer's strike and you can't submit any work or anything, I think you should have taken, not you, them, they should have taken the time to write the stuff and realize that
But I think legally he couldn't.
yeah, legally suck my dick. That's what I say. All right. What I'm saying is like
All right.
now, because after all of this shit, RJ, look at all the delays and all the bullshit that carries over. And since we all know, and
Well, I'm with you.
well, let's listen. Here's the thing, right? I get it. I understand. I'm also not a big fan of the Tom Holland Matt. I'm not a big fan of Matt Damon. Zendaya's only in it because Tom's in it. Let's be honest. Anne Hathaway's a great actress, and I love Lupita Nyong'o. Charlize Theron is great in a lot of shit, which is great. Oh no, we talked about Charlize last week, dude. Because I remember I brought up Bombshell and the whole
Oh, yes.
Megyn Kelly thing and everything else. Robert Pattinson's in there. I mean, I don't know. I'm fine. The thing that pisses me off, RJ, is like we've now created this ensemble cast for a movie that we don't even know what the fuck it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's frustrating.
Nolan's
to me.
always secretive.
That's fine, but it's also going to get away and get in the way of a movie that we want to come out as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
The Batman 2.
Oh, what are you talking about Nolan?
I'm talking about Nolan's movie and Batman 2 being made at the same time.
Well, yeah, same year.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if
the
Batman
fact
2
that Matt Reeves hasn't.
If Batman 2 gets delayed again because Robert Pattinson is in Nolan's movie, that was something that would piss me off, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that is. I mean, you got to wonder, like, during the strikes, why couldn't Matt Reeves just write the fucking movie and then change the date on the paper?
I don't
You
know.
know?
That's what I would have done.
Just like, yeah, I wrote this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Robert Pattinson will be pissed if it turns out to be the vampire movie?
So I actually
Ooh.
read in one of these articles that none of the rumored ideas have come close to what it's actually going to be.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those were probably all misdirects.
Right. Well, I got another misdirect for you, and it's a remake, RJ. Cape Fear. Another one.
Christian loves this movie.
Great movie.
Which one does he like? The 1962, the 1991, or does he like the 2025 version? Because there's another one coming out, the same shit. Javier Bardem is set to star in a TV series about Cape Fear. When Cape Fear is, it's a movie that was brought to critical acclaim from Martin Scorsese in 1991. It's a story from a long time ago. It was also a movie in 62. And it's a story about a serial stalker thriller thing, right?
Yeah, he's a crazy guy.
He's a little crazy.
Yeah.
A little stuff going on.
Patty.
Doesn't he like eat her face or some shit?
Well, we don't want to give everything away.
Sorry.
But there's some things that happen inside the film that are
Yeah, a little
queasy.
make your stomach turn.
Yeah, just a bit.
Mm.
Just a bit.
It's a very uncomfortable. De Niro killed it.
De Niro did kill it. He did a great job, and Scorsese did a great job too. But they're a dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes on the poster look like Oz Cobb, dude.
Yeah, they do a little.
They look like the penguin.
They do.
Yeah. Personally, I love Javier Bardem. I think he's a fantastic actor. Everything he's in. I just watched the Menendez brothers. He was the father in that. He played Ricky Ricardo in this remake with Nicole Kidman. She looked like shit, but Javier Bardem did a great job of playing Desi Arnaz in
Anton Chigurh.
He does a lot of
I was gonna say he's
good
gonna have
stuff.
to channel a little No Country
No
for Old
Country
Men.
for Old Men. Yeah.
Dude, so good in No Country for Old Men.
Unrelated, Josh Brolin was on Rogan the other day.
I saw
Great
that.
interview.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking Dune.
Apparently, he has like I forget what it was, but he has like some palsy disorder or something. I forget what it's called.
Really?
Yeah, he's talking about it on the episode. I don't know if it's Bell's palsy or something. I could.
Oh yeah, he said it was temporary.
Yeah.
Just get a fan call.
Yeah, lots of
Fan call.
No, I like Brolin. Though. Brolin seems like a pretty down to earth guy. Type of guy you want to.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, obviously we've been talking about remakes.
Yeah.
So this is based on a book, so I'll give him like a pass a little bit. But
Why?
like also, well, I'm just saying a little bit. Like it's better than it being like a movie that they remade. Like at least it was a book originally, and they've already made it twice. But it's like, do you need to
Right,
make
which
it
is
a
why
third
I'm
time?
asking, why are you going to give him a fucking
Well, it
pass? They
just-
made it into
well,
a
Apple
movie 2
TV
times.
So Apple TV just did this with Presumed Innocent, the Harrison Ford movie that I don't know if I think it was a '90s movie, and now they did the show version with Jake Gyllenhaal, and it was good until the end. And now it's like, but why does every movie now need to be a TV show? Like if
Well,
it
they
works
did this
as a movie, why
Netflix.
make it 8 hours?
Yeah, Netflix did this with Talented Mr. Ripley. They made that black and white.
Mhm. Yep.
And that was a Matt Damon film back when Matt Damon was a good actor, and it was in Jude Law and Matt Damon were in that film, and it was fantastic. Well, now he's just a fucking sellout. You know what I mean? Really not a big fan. Honestly, like The Martian, I watched it like a couple months ago, and
Oh, it's a great movie.
I was not
Come on.
impressed. I was not impressed. He just kind of walks around by himself on a big red rock for a long time.
He plays a dick in Interstellar.
Yeah, and
Right.
and in Oppenheimer, he's just like over the top. Like
Fucks over McConaughey.
he's just
in
not a
Interstellar.
good. But see, the thing that sucks is like when he was in Talented Mr. Ripley, when he was in
I like them in the Bourne movies.
Behind the Candelabra, when he was in the Bourne movies, when he was younger, when
Early
obviously
2000s.
Goodwill Hunting's fantastic.
Early on, Damon.
Early Damon was
has-
very good. He's settled into in my opinion, he's settled into this A-list kind of. You're having Matt Damon for Matt Damon as opposed to seeing like Cillian Murphy, transformative, right? He's always
Amazing.
He's an amazing actor. It's never
That's true.
you go because Cillian Murphy, you want to see what he's going to do with the role. I feel like the appeal with Matt Damon for the people that like him is because Matt Damon's in the movie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he plays Matt Damon in a different outfit in the movie.
He's from Boston.
It's a good bro.
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
have the
So
same
instead-
issue with him as I do with Tom Hanks. Where like I just see Tom Hanks now.
Well, at this point, sure, but early on, Tom
Yeah.
Hanks was a great actor.
Right.
You know.
But then you got so oversaturated and
Yeah, that can happen.
but
Yeah. No,
I mean,
it's true.
Javier Bardem is great casting for the
Yeah.
role of Matt's caddy, though. Just like objectively,
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
like we said,
Yeah.
we don't really need this. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna do a great job, and I'm not gonna see it. I'm not gonna be there for it, but I'm sure I'll hear how great he is in it. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, am I gonna download Apple TV Plus and subscribe and pay another $8 a month to see this? Probably not.
No.
Not when I can see the De Niro
Yeah.
version. Have you noticed, RJ, on a related topic, but a little bit different? Have
Mhm.
you noticed that there's a lot of like A-list celebrities that are doing way more
Uh,
serial or TV, like what's it called? Colin Farrell did Sugar. He did The Penguin, but he's
Well-
a movie actor. You know what I mean? Like there used to be back in the day, RJ. There used to be this like
I've noticed that.
stigma of
I know. Oh yeah.
movies and actors not doing TV and TV actors
Rick
not being able
Dalton.
to do movies. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true. No, that's the whole point. So I just think it's
Well-
interesting that we see this now. Go ahead.
I think if you look at 90% of those shows, they're all Apple TV.
Hmm.
Because they just love like shoving out money to these like big stars. They spend all this money and then the shows suck. Like Sugar was Apple. They have that morning show with John Hamm and Jennifer Aniston.
Dude, that's
they
like,
just did
that
that.
fucking morning show's like 20 million an episode or some shit. It's insane, dude.
Right. And who watches it? I don't.
No,
And
I
then
watched
you have
I
that
watched the
Wolves movie.
I watched the first season because it was an interesting story. It was kind of like the Matt Lauer thing, like the what's it called? The guy from The Office, Steve Carell.
Oh.
Steve
Yeah.
Carell stars in it, and he's got the button under his desk that closes the door, and like you get it. But then after the first season, you're like, okay, I got it. Like, what are we doing now? Now it's
It's
just
like
a
a
show about the
fake
fucking
show.
news. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, great. You know, that's how I
But
felt
yeah,
about that.
I agree with you. I think it's great that actors are that stigma's gone. I feel like it started like when they did that show. Well, True Detective, I feel like was
Yeah,
probably a
McConaughey,
groundbreaker
Woody Harrelson.
when you had him and Woody Harrelson in it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I mean, like I have Apple TV, so like if it comes out and people are talking about it, I'll check it out. But I
Sure.
just love that original. What do you think about Scorsese and Spielberg producing it?
Are you surprised?
No, I mean that probably just means they funded it. You know,
Sure, but also like Scorsese,
Yeah.
who would be better to make a Cape Fear TV show than the guy who made Cape Fear a name in film?
very true.
You know,
Very true.
and Spielberg. I feel like Scorsese and Spielberg are like I feel like people think that they're rivals, but they're not. Like I feel like they're like really close. Like they do a lot of stuff. They trade projects all the time. Scorsese was
Cash money.
yeah, but no, true. But I'm saying like Scorsese was supposed to do Schindler's List, and what was the thing that came out at the same time?
You're right.
Jurassic Park.
Was it Jurassic Park?
Yeah, Spielberg was
was that?
making them both at the same time.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, he made those back to back.
Made 'em
Oh,
back
for
to back.
Scorsese though, that would have been
Goodfellas?
Casino.
or
Right,
Casino.
but Scorsese was
Casino was
slated.
95.
Scorsese was slated to make Schindler's List and gave it to Spielberg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And was
Mhm.
like, you'd probably
And-
be able to tell this story a little bit better because, you know.
George Lucas did that with Apocalypse Now, which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
I could not imagine George Lucas making Apocalypse Now.
Ewoks running around.
Yeah, Jawas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Houdini.
Little Jawas.
We call them the Vietnamese.
I love Jawas.
Oh.
There it is.
Cute little guys.
If I was in Vietnam and I heard of Houdini, I'd be fucking terrified.
Run out of there.
I'm in a foxhole.
It's like that Battlefront mission where you could fight against the Ewoks in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, it's a scary man.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Little bears coming at you.
They're in the trees.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Interesting stuff.
Well.
Am I excited for this? Not really. Am I happy Scorsese's on board? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Another one. Not
wants a
my
paycheck?
favorite director coming up here, RJ. But
Really?
yeah, not my favorite. And only can I tell you, and I can't name names.
You would I would think given two of his attributes.
I
you'd like-
can't. I understand what you're saying, but I can't sign on for the Paisan Pride for Luca Guadagnino for his Sergeant Rock film starring Daniel Craig. Now, I've done some. Have you done any research into who Sergeant Rock is? Because he's like before you.
I
sent
did
me
a
this-
little, but honestly, it was kind of like there wasn't much. He's
Okay.
a very niche DC character.
A little bit, but he used to not be. So I did some research. He's kind of like a GI Joe
Mhm.
type guy, right?
Okay.
Real American hero, but World War II based. And in the 70s, when this comic came out, apparently there were over 400 issues of the comics made. And throughout the years, everybody from Bruce Willis to Arnold Schwarzenegger have been slated to play this character. I don't know if you knew that. And people like Quentin Tarantino and what the hell did I write there? Somebody else. Oh, Guy Ritchie.
Roman Polanski.
No. Guy Ritchie and Quentin Tarantino have been slated to make this movie. So apparently now Luca's got it. Yeah, I actually I know people who were working for him on the set of the Challengers, and he's just not a nice. He doesn't run the
Really?
ship. He doesn't run the ship the way he should. That's all I'm saying. From what I've heard, inside
What do you?
source close to
Yeah.
the set. You know, literally, it's
Well,
like,
Well, he's got that. He's got that new movie Queer coming out with Daniel Craig.
does he? I don't know anything
You've seen
about
the
that.
trailer for that?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
check it out.
Actually,
Check it out.
is it worth looking at?
No, I swear to God. No, I haven't seen it.
I will say I love Challengers.
Did you?
I thought it was really
Challenges are great.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Yeah.
I
it's
didn't
sick.
see it. It's
I
just-
haven't seen
I'll watch it,
Call
dude.
Me by Your Name. I haven't
That's
seen
just
his
it.
other.
That's
one.
the
Challengers is the one where Zendaya gets tag teamed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I don't know if I can watch
pretty
that.
much.
No, it's only one scene. And it's they cut out before.
It's good. You got a good music.
Yeah, oh, the
good
music's
vibes.
great, dude. I like when they do like the slow-mos, the music.
Yeah.
That's the best part, dude. They do it like
But this
super
is,
times.
I mean, like you were saying, Nick, like, I mean, he was definitely, he had a running popularity in the 70s, but like I had never heard of him before. And when you say that Tarantino and Guy Ritchie were connected at one point,
No, they weren't
it
connected.
gives
They
you
were
an
just
idea.
so over the years. It's been 50 years since the 70s, right? But
Sure.
what we're looking at is it's come up from these studios like, oh, what about the Sergeant Rock movie? And then Guy Ritchie will be part of
Yeah.
it for like a day, and then something falls through. And then it'll be like Quentin Tarantino's like, what if I made it this way? And then it's together for a day, and then it falls through. So I don't know if it'll get made this
But-
time. I think we're in a time period, though, especially after Oppenheimer, where people want to hear more about World War II stuff and see those types of stories. And I'm not going to lie, and I'm not trying to get political, but let's be honest here. After the win that happened in early November this year, a real American hero is definitely the direction that Hollywood's going to try and go to appeal to the
But
masses.
I wouldn't
Would you
pin
agree or
Luca
no?
on directing it, would you?
Thank you. That's
That's
now
weird.
there's my issue. So why do we have this
Tarantino and
director?
Guy Ritchie 100%.
If Tarantino
They're
made this
very
film, I would be jumping out of my fucking seat right now. Because imagine the gore and the blood and guts and all the other stuff and this badass all-American guy. Now here's the other thing. I'm going to go totally lib here, RJ. You ready? Why the fuck do we have a Brit playing an all-American hero from World War II? Why can't we
That's fair.
find
I
a
like Daniel
single...
Craig. I'll give him a pass.
I like Daniel Craig too, but hasn't he been in enough already? All right. Hasn't he done enough? He's
I
dancing
don't.
around.
Benoit Blanc.
Knives Out. I love Knives Out.
Knives Out, Glass Onion. He's doing what's it called? What was the other thing? James
Podcast.
Bond for 50
Yeah,
years.
yeah, it's that thing.
But like what the that thing, that insignificant little part that he had.
Thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, do I need more Daniel Craig right now as opposed to somebody else? Dude, I'm telling you, I might start a whole fucking podcast just shitting on the same actors that they have over and over and over and over again, and the fact that there's no new people. What are they going to do in 20 years, RJ, when everybody dies?
Well,
you know,
AI.
To play devil's advocate there, like Daniel Craig. I mean, we know a lot of them because of the Bond movies. Like there were so many, but like he really hasn't done like too many. Like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a great one.
Good movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, but I will say, back to your complaint, you made a complaint earlier about like green lighting movies without scripts and stuff.
Dude, what the fuck are we doing, dude? What even is this shit?
No, but I want to commend James Gunn once again with what he's doing with DC, and he said like, unlike Marvel, we're never going to greenlight a movie without a finished script. And I'm like, that's what, like, that seems so common sense. Why wouldn't you do that?
I love James Gunn.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is kind of my thing with Nolan too, except Nolan probably has a surprise script that's already been written.
Yeah,
that he
wrote it already.
Like Nolan knows, he's just not telling anyone. He just doesn't want it to get out, Which is fine. The people that need to know, need to know. No, yeah.
Right, exactly.
This DC character sounds like Soldier Boy from The Boys.
I would say that probably he's probably, but that mixed with like a G.I. Joe.
Yeah, basically what
no Soldier Boy.
No powers. I don't think the character doesn't have any powers. It's kind of like a Batman except in World War II combat.
Yeah, it's just a badass.
He's total complete badass.
PTSD is his superpower.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. That's great.
It is.
Don't light off a firework near this guy, dude.
Right. Man, what do you think? Are you excited for Sergeant Rock?
No, I'm not excited. But
but it's Daniel Craig. Everybody wants to suck off Daniel Craig. Matt, what's wrong with you?
I'll tell you what. Am I excited? No. Again, more reflection on me. Let me see a trailer. This is a wait and see. I don't know enough. Let me see a trailer. The trailer looks good. I'll either be there or I'll wait to see what you guys say.
Yeah, see, so I'm the same as you. I will say that during my research of I got more excited.
Yeah.
About it
has potential,
right?
Right. I got to see how it looks.
100%.
Yeah,
so,
I think that would be
get
good.
A feel for it.
Well, are you ready?
Next, check out Challengers though when you get a chance. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I think I like mentally boycotted it because I heard some of the shit that went down on set that pissed me off to the point where I would never work with the guy. Oh yeah, dude, I was like, what?
It is a good movie. But...
Insane.
Tell me after the show.
You think? Oh, I will. You think I'm bad on set, RJ? Holy shit, this guy's. But dude, like
those Italians,
man.
Yeah, I know those fucking gay Italians. What are you gonna do?
Definitely.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Scotch and soda,
dude. Yeah, scotch and soda, the best, dude. So good. Well, is it time yet, RJ, for us to all get a little angry?
Rant.
Oh, what's
rant?
Rant. For us to get upset. Well, there's a couple of movies that are coming out that have already come out, and one of which.
Wait, what? You serious? See, I don't read the thing before, so.
Right. One of them, and the first topic on my fucking shit list today is How to Train Your Dragon live action. Can we talk about these simultaneously, RJ?
Interesting.
Yeah, of course.
Right. And the next one that no one's ever heard of or seen before would be, drumroll please, Lilo and Stitch.
That thing looks like a little gremlin.
Live action.
I think he is a little.
That's an evil looking little guy.
Right.
Stitch.
Right. So here's my issue with both of these. One, neither of these films are actually fucking live action because dragons aren't real, and Stitch isn't fucking real.
Still animated.
So you have the live action animation of an animated 2D fucking character. And by the way, the How to Train Your Dragon movie is like a 3D animation, like it's like a Toy Story style. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like Lilo and Stitch looks like the drawings on paper that they
cartoons.
Right. The How to Train Your Dragon is already CGI. So what the fuck are they doing new? People? There's people there because there were people in the first one too. They voiced over the actors. What in the fuck are we doing? We're giving millions of dollars to Hollywood, and there are tons and tons and tons of indie filmmakers out there sitting there going, "Will you just read my script?" And Hollywood goes, "Fuck you." Fuck them all, RJ. I'm not seeing either of these fucking movies, and I guarantee you if I ever have children someday, these movies will be banned in my fucking house. Banned. dude.
Well, it's like
Bam.
The Lion King. Are you going to show your kid The Lion King or the fucking remake?
Well, I guess the remake at least looked like
Yeah.
real animals. You know what I mean? That looks like more like a documentary.
But it's
about
still,
it.
to your point, it's not real animals.
Of course not. No, that's my whole fucking point. This is
this is-
dumb. Don't give me this fucking, it's a live action thing and then CG the fuck out of everything. I would rather, I'm not kidding, RJ, if they had a little fucking puffball Stitch puppet running around out there
Like
that looked
Yoda.
like a
Empire
dude, I
Strikes
would
Back.
I would be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
Why not?
My favorite Yoda is the puppet, in Empire Strikes Back. That's
Yeah.
my favorite Yoda.
That is the best Yoda out
Yeah.
of all of them. How
how
the
it looks.
fuck, in the backpack?
yeah, it's
You know
great.
what I mean, dude? It's great.
You know
How
what?
the fuck are you not gonna do anything different than what you've already done? This is such a waste of time. It's a waste of time, a waste of money. There's nothing wrong with either of the animated films. And by the way, the films are for fucking children. You don't watch cartoons? Children. Who the fuck are they making these movies for, RJ?
Well, yeah, to your point about that, like a lot of people have been complaining on Twitter that the the How to Train Your Dragon one, because the Stitch one was just like a little short teaser. They're like literally, it's shot for shot. Some of
Yeah.
them exactly the same from the animated.
Oh, you've
So
seen
it's
the
like,
movie.
okay, you're gonna remake the movie,
You know what happens.
but like you're not gonna like add any like changes or nuance to it. Like
It's stupid.
if I'm gonna remake How to Train Your Dragon, I haven't seen it. I've heard great things, but
I
why
have,
don't you
and that's
make
the
it,
other
like-
thing. I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to say that the two original films, How to Train Your Dragon and Lilo and Stitch, have had nothing but brilliant reviews.
Everybody loves Lilo
Yeah.
and Stitch.
The whole-
Everybody
The
loves Lilo
whole
and Stitch.
How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, it is pretty good.
Right,
will
that's
say.
fine.
Yeah.
RJ, continue. I just wanted to clarify that I'm not shitting on the films themselves or the stories. It's the remakes that I'm.
No,
fucking
you know,
pissed about.
we're fucking anti-remakes on this channel. This is stupid. No one's gonna see this. It's a fucking money grab. It looks like an evil motherfucker there.
dude.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, this is not good. This is would I take my kid to see this? No. If their friend came over
Well,
with
and
this
they're
on DVD, I'd say leave my fucking house. This is bullshit. They shouldn't make it. It's a money grab. You're right. There was nothing wrong with the original films. They were made for cartoons. All the other remakes, Dumbo, Lion King, they all suck. They all come and go because it's stupid. It was made to be an animated film. I won't see it.
You know what I wish they did with remakes?
I'd like to hear the end of RJ's sentence that I interrupted.
Sorry,
RJ,
my bad,
please
my bad.
continue, and then we'll go to Max.
My
Go
bad.
ahead.
No, the last thing I was going to say is like they would never do this, but like for example, if I were going to remake a How to Train Your Dragon but live action, make it like more serious.
Yeah.
Try to like to
Make
your
it-
point,
make it for
Nick,
the-
market it to an adult audience.
You mean RJ? Do you mean market it to the people that saw it when it came out in theaters when the first one came out as an animated thing? You think that it might appeal to them to
Yeah.
have a more serious live action, I've grown
Yeah.
up kind of
If
deal?
you're gonna do it, change it.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
Max? Go.
I wish that when they did these remakes, they always go animation like cartoon to live action. They never do live action to animation. And that I think would be cool in some degree.
That is interesting. Why is
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
can we just take a fucking little field trip back in time to when they actually had to draw out every single cell, like
Every
the Disney?
frame.
Yeah.
Every single frame was a
Yeah.
literal masterpiece
I like
of
that better.
artwork. Why is it looked down upon like that? Like, why is it like that? Why would you not take a live action movie and then do something animated with it? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
like,
there's like a weird
Lord of the
stigma.
Rings.
Imagine an animated
Game of
like
Thrones.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, dude.
That would be sick.
yeah.
Tarantino would make a killer.
They say that about a lot of
He
things.
would. Oh my god.
Game
if
of Thrones.
Tarantino
It'd
was
be
in.
incredible. Or even if it wasn't like, 2D, if it was like the most recent Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
like that style of animation.
Oh,
Imagine a
yeah.
Tarantino written film that was animated to look like Spider-Verse.
But to your point, Nick, the way a lot of the reason that Spider-Verse is so great is like how unique that animation
It's
style
really a
is. It
comic
looks
book.
like a comic book. If
Yeah.
they were to make that a live action movie, it loses like 90% of
aesthetic,
the
it's
Yeah. Yeah. He's coming to
Yeah,
live
like
action.
all
Yeah.
right. But like don't remake that movie. Like the original Lion King, the appeal of that is like those when you draw those lions, they have like emotions
It
that
loses the
real
magic.
lions don't have.
Well, this is the
like,
issue.
it's-
Yeah.
It loses the magic, you know.
Yeah. No, this is my whole
Aura.
fucking issue. Now, I brought something up. Josh, how do you feel about that? Have you seen these movies?
Ah.
Max just clocked himself. I have a huge problem with the How to Train Your Dragon remake.
Why? Give me a take.
So
I like it.
you're
Max, hit 7 cut so you can see what the fuck's going on over there in Gotham. Go ahead. Yeah.
so you're remaking a movie that is one that I would consider at least to be almost wholly centered around the emotions of these characters,
Mm-hmm.
and you're casting real people but keeping the dragon basically similar. You gave him RTX, you turned RTX on. Like, so you're gonna have a dragon that can emote just like the original movie, but these actors aren't gonna be able to pull it off nearly as well.
Right.
If you look at the trailer that they released, they have the scene where he's, trying to stab Toothless, and if you put it side by side, it's just not
Not
the
even
same
the
level
same.
of emotion.
From the actors, you're saying?
Yeah.
Like from the people aspect of it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is, yeah. Oh, I almost just got into a whole thing about the movie I saw this
agree.
past weekend. But yeah, no, that's the whole
Watch
thing. This is that what?
Gerard Butler is in the new How to Train Your Dragon.
He is.
He's the dad.
Reprising his character.
Yeah. My message to them:
Well,
I am
Max-
not entertained. Okay, go ahead.
Max, do you have the ability to because they're also remaking Moana? And
Yeah.
do you
Oh,
have
I
the
saw
ability
that.
to pull up the set image of the rock
Oh my god,
that
dude.
they
it's,
did?
It's
It's
absurd.
so bad.
Nick, it's
I'm
so
like, what are we
bad.
doing?
I also will just
Like Moana.
Max hit 2 cut.
no, sorry.
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Matt.
No. You go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
I was just gonna say Moana 2, I think, just came out this weekend, and like, oh, like here's the sequel. We're gonna remake the first one already. It's just so bizarre. Yeah, like what the hell are we? What is that?
You got
What
Troy
are we
Polamalu.
doing?
What's Polamalu doing?
Seriously,
Right? He would have been
not-
perfect, man.
So you can save it
Jeez.
to the desktop or something and open it up in like a preview. We can wait. That's fine. We're way ahead of schedule here.
Oh man. Oh, even just like the whole animated thing. I'm not going to spoil Gladiator, but the new one, by far the worst part, in my opinion, were the monkeys, the animated monkeys.
Oh, like in the Coliseum.
Please, we need to move on to
Okay,
another
all right,
subject,
sorry, 'cause
Because
that was by
next week
far-
I'm going to rip that fucking movie from ass to.
Look at this, Nick.
Well, they just-
What in the
He
fuck
does
is
look
that?
like Troy Polamalu.
And Polamalu where's
That's Maui.
He's in
Isn't his name
Pittsburgh.
Maui or something.
He's in Pittsburgh right now.
That's insane. Like the Moana movies, like, is it even 10 years old? I don't know.
No, I don't even think so.
No.
And that's what I'm
it's
saying. And then the
insane.
sequel just
missed
came
that
out
boat.
this weekend.
Yeah. And this is supposed to come out
He
like
looks like
a year, 2
he
years.
looks like his character in the Scorpion King.
I'll tell you what, man. He
looks like.
has he ever been in a good movie?
Oh, The Rock?
Yeah.
Red
The
one.
Pacifier.
That's
No,
Vin
that's
Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
One.
Oh, good point.
Vin Diesel.
I think his best one is the
Yeah.
Game Plan.
I don't think he's been in
Yeah,
a movie
dude,
that's
the
made.
first
super
Moana
suspect,
came out in
I think.
2016.
Oh man.
I don't think he's
Good
been
year.
in a movie that's made money in like a decade.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Game
I-
Plan.
Rock's best movie is Pain and Gain.
Oh, good movie.
Game Day.
Good movie.
Game Day.
Oh yeah, the Game Plan.
The Game
Plan. Yep. the
Those
Game
are his
Plan.
best two
Yes.
movies. Those are enjoyable
Yeah,
films.
Great film.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I just don't understand. And you know what? Like RJ, I mentioned this
Joe
last
Kingman, number one in your heart, number one on
One
the
on field.
I mentioned this last week, and I don't really see it. Instead of spending, I'm sorry, I know you just
No,
opened that
no,
back up
okay.
again. Can you just look up what the budget was for the live action Lilo and Stitch thing?
I don't know if an official budget's come out, but people are thinking
Speculating.
Yeah, it's not yet known.
people on Reddit are saying like 500 mil.
Right. Okay. So they,
There's no way.
no, there's no way. But they spent $80 million to make the first one, right? And it was a smash success. Agreed, everybody? Yes.
Yeah, everyone
Good.
loves Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Why not just spend, I don't know, RJ. Let's be realistic though. Why not spend like 20 mil and do like a 20-year or a 10-year anniversary re-release of the same movie in theaters for all the children of the world to go and watch that little blue
Yeah,
Puffball.
remaster it. Yeah.
whatever. And you go out and you do all these different things. I don't know if you noticed this, but they've already changed the original film. There's a scene where Lilo hides in the very beginning. She hides inside a dryer.
Yep.
Yeah.
They changed that.
They have now changed that to be something else because they don't want children hiding in the dryer.
That's
apparently.
stupid.
Listen, I said to I said, stepsis, get out of the dryer. What are you doing?
I mean,
You know
I
what
watched
mean?
that movie probably 100 times growing up.
Crazy.
Never once did I say, "Oh, I'm gonna go into the
Yeah.
dryer."
It's a movie about aliens.
The stupid ass kid goes in a dryer. It's their
Well,
fault.
this is the same company that
Yeah.
photoshopped all of the cigarettes out of the
That's
owner's mouth.
Cigarettes look cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Amen.
It's true.
You're just blinding kids to the world. You know what I mean? It's like stupid. I don't know.
And now if you ask Disney these days, you go, yeah, so what are you doing for Christmas? And they go, Christmas, we love Hanukkah. We love
I
the
love
Jews.
this.
That's what they say now because back in the day, Disney was not a big fan.
I've been in the hometown of Lilo and Stitch. Very cool place.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch are
Hana
fucking
Pepe.
drawings,
Never
bro.
been to
They're
Hawaii.
Hana Pepe.
not real.
The town's real.
Right.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride, great song.
It's just kind of a shame. I mean,
can sing
like,
that whole song.
we're
Oh,
repeating
it's
ourselves a lot
everywhere.
because
Great.
Go ahead, RJ. What?
I was gonna say we're repeating ourselves a lot, but that's because Hollywood's repeating itself a lot, and every week we have the same kind of issues with these movies that we're talking about. It's like
That's why I said
Like-
to you, and I'm dead serious. I'm literally going to start a podcast, or I might just start doing it on the Nick Williams show. I'm not even kidding. Where I literally just go on Tubi and start watching films and reviewing the films, because it's like at least there's something new, and even if it's like funny because they're low budget, shitty films or whatever, there's got to be something good in there. And I am so sick and fucking tired. I just spent $35 fucking to go watch a movie
yeah,
that
it's
like
crazy.
wasn't that good. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot for me to get out and go to the theater. But I figured, like, it's been a while. I'll go. But I like to go to the theater when you see a movie like Wolf of Wall Street. That was, for
like
me,
Oppenheimer. That was
Yeah.
Oppenheimer was great on multiple levels. I mean, it was like a movie mob
It
field
was like an
trip.
event. That was an event.
It was an event, but it was also like a really good movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
It wasn't a waste of time. Yeah.
But I would say before Oppenheimer, Wolf of Wall Street was the last movie that I saw in theaters that was like life-changing. Like, and I don't
Yeah,
mean
you remember. I
life-changing
know
like
what
it
you mean.
actually changed my life, but I thought about things differently after watching Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean? And same with Oppenheimer. I was like, shit, maybe nuclear war is a big deal. You know, like seriously, like you don't think about it because we've never experienced nuclear war. And everybody says, oh, it's so bad, it's so this, so that. But the bombs and stuff that they have today, not to go on, but I'm just saying, the stuff that they have today, RJ, is like 7 million times like worse than what they dropped on Japan in
no, it's a very
1945.
poignant movie. Yeah,
So it's like, if that's how bad it was with the test
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in New Mexico, like it was a mind altering film, in my opinion. Oppenheimer, you know, it really puts things in
yeah,
perspective.
100%.
Lilo and Stitch live action animated thing.
Devils.
Give me the 80 mil. What the fuck are we doing, dude? Why
It's
are we
just
not
like-
doing anything new? I'm so sick and tired of saying it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna just start reviewing indie films. Who knows?
They're gonna make Stitch.
I wish they would
non-binary.
just
I'm calling it, dude. Stitch is gonna be non-binary.
I can't.
I was gonna say, I wish they would just like kind of return more to the days of marketing things, not based on like the IP, but on the actor or the director.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise is
And
in
I
this
think
movie.
we got a little bit, yes. But once Tom Cruise is done,
Yeah.
like start reining in. Like you have a perfect
young guys.
opportunity right now to start
Austin
making
Butler.
original movies with like a guy like Glenn Powell, and
Mhm.
people will go see him because Glenn Powell's in it.
Well, this
And you
is
have the same thing
I've
with
told
like
you this.
Austin Butler.
Yeah.
We've talked about this over the years, RJ. Seriously, my dream scenario as a filmmaker would be to open a studio where I sign on, 150, 300 actors and put them through the classes in the little
Yeah.
bungalows, and you have them out there on stages making movies all the time. Like, there was nothing wrong with that.
Nick
And we
Williams
still had
Academy.
stuff, but but that's how they used to do it in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
You
No, I
know,
know.
you would have these people sign, oh, I want to be a famous actor. Great. Then you got to come here and you got to go through the process and you got to be, and they got to do 5 films or whatever it is, which is, here's the thing, RJ, because they're not bringing anybody new into the spotlight, right? They're not making any new stars. But every time they have a new star, like a Robert Pattinson or whatever, these big studios sign them for like 5 films. So it's like, okay, Daniel Craig's going to be James Bond, but he's going to be James Bond for 10 years. It's like, okay, great, But then they don't
Yeah.
look for anybody new because they're like, okay, we've signed you on for 10 years. And they only have, as we said last week, 5-6 people to have. You know what I'm saying? Why are we not doing this with
Well,
like
that's a
multiple? Dude, I'm just saying, back in the day, out front of Paramount, out front of Universal, there'd be hordes of people just begging to come in and say a single line or just be in the background. You don't have that shit
Yeah.
anymore,
no.
Go ahead.
Well, I was
Watch.
going to say, even and from the director's perspective, there's just like there's so many great directors coming up that they should market towards, like Robert Eggers and Jordan Peele's
R.J.
like the one
Carrere,
guy that's kind
Nick
of
Williams.
broken through the mold.
Yep.
And Nolan obviously has had that, but like even Scorsese now, a Scorsese movie comes out and it really doesn't make that much money.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
he's
it's
using the
just like
same
they need
people.
to-
And listen, as much as I appreciate the technology that he used in The Irishman, like don't get me wrong, like that was a cool thing for him to do with the infrared cameras and everything else. Like that's cool.
4 hours.
4 hours of 90-year-old
Yeah.
Joe Pesci,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like doing the old guy thing where he's chewing
He's
even though
past
there's
the younger
nothing in his mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where he's in there.
Yeah.
What are you chewing on, dude? Lunch from fucking 3 weeks ago? Like, what are we doing here, dude? It's
That would have been dope if the earlier movie, like your example, he casted a young unknown kid to play that role, and then in the second half of the movie, De Niro and Pacino were in it.
it would have been great, and you could have really done something to help out a new or up and coming actor out there. And I don't know why we don't do that more. You know what I mean? I don't understand. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You have your actors, and I'm talking on levels of our projects. Like, you have your actors you like to work with that are kind of like go-tos. And I think it is definitely easy. I mean, people are creatures of habit, no? So it's easy to get into the mode of like,
even Nolan with,
I'm Scorsese and you're De Niro, and I'm just going to work with you on every project now because you're easy for me to work with. We get along well, whatever. That's fine. But then, like, okay, but if everybody else works with them too, now you get one actor. Max and I were just talking about monopolies. Google, they're going to break up Monopoly. What if you have the monopoly on acting and everything? There's like 5 people. Anne Hathaway's what, 50-something?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
No way.
46. I'm going.
47.
46.
What's your over-under?
I say my guess is, all right,
46.
over under 45.
42. Wow. 42.
42. She's good looking for 42, bro.
Well,
You
yeah,
went
they
with your
eat fucking
eyeball
babies
game.
or whatever.
Catwoman.
She's all right.
Catwoman.
My point, though.
You know what I was going to
What were you going to say?
No, go ahead. Nick.
No, you go.
No, it's kind of somewhat unrelated, so go.
No, it's all the same shit. I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining at this point. I think it's dumb. I would love to see somebody new. I would love to see a new director, a new production company, like a new anything. And what do we get instead? We get $90 million, $80 million, $500 million Stitch thing. That's not even a live action thing. It's just fucking annoying to me. I'm really, really getting sick and tired of it, RJ. Honestly, like, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna start watching Tubi from now on.
Freebie.
I don't care, dude. But you know what's funny? You laugh, but people like me and RJ, especially when we were first starting out, that's the only place that'll take our fucking films right now, because Hollywood doesn't. They just put their nose up at people like us, and there's a whole like industry of people out there who are constantly, films are being made, short films and features and everything else are constantly being made. And let me tell you, if you look at a movie like what's it called? Tarantino's first one.
Oh,
Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs,
Great
right?
film.
Was made for fucking $8 million. And I guarantee you, RJ and I could make that exact same film today, shot for $500. I kid you not.
That's a good movie.
The only reason it was $8 million is because they had to pay the actors that were in there, the high.
Yeah, they're literally just in the warehouse the whole movie. The first scene's in a diner, and then they're just in the warehouse.
It's bullshit. You find somebody with a warehouse and say, "Hey, I want to make a movie, and if we make money, I'll give you money."
Yeah.
There you go, done.
Who's the lead actor in that movie? The old guy, not the wicked old guy.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he helped fund. Like
Yes,
he
he's
did.
the one that gave the $8 million.
Yeah, he was huge. If not for him, I wouldn't have. He was kind of
Tarantino wanted to make that movie for $50,000, bro.
Yeah.
They made it for $8 million. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
Harvey's my favorite part of that movie too.
Like an example of that, like modern, is the newest Japanese Godzilla movie. They made that with $15 million. And,
-1.
Yeah, and they won Oscars for special effects.
Dude, Everything Everywhere All at Once was made by like 6 people in After Effects on a Zoom call.
One of the best movies of all time.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's not about the budget. It's not about the equipment. Tell a good fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so obsessed with the back end of things. Well, everybody loves Lilo and Stitch. We know it's a money grab. And what you're doing is you're costing people like myself, like RJ, like John Potvin, like all of these people that are extremely fucking talented, myself not included, but all of the talented people out there in the world. All you're doing is saying you're not good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're no good. You should just go work at fucking CBS.
Well, I think eventually the pendulum's gonna swing when they stop making fucking money on these.
But this is why, like, you giggle when I say watch things like Tubi, but honestly, it's the only place to watch anything that's original these days.
Yeah.
Everything else has been done. Cape Fear's been made fucking twice. It's a movie 2 times already. We're making a fucking TV series about it now. You didn't get the story good enough the first fucking 2 times?
Number 3.
You know what?
How much fucking Cape Fear do we need? 8 hours of Cape Fear. Now we need 8 more? Get the fuck away from me, dude. I mean, it's bullshit.
A remake I would enjoy is probably the first one comes to mind. It's a Mad World. You ever seen that?
Sure, why not?
I just feel like that would be.
I'm not.
With the cast, with the actors we have now, they could maybe make that good.
But see, you're thinking already. You're thinking about remaking it based on actors you already know.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Fuck it. It doesn't fucking matter. That is bullshit, dude. Make the movie good. Have talented actors. It doesn't matter who the actors are. Have talent behind the fucking camera and in front of the camera. You're going to have a good, successful movie.
Yeah, that's valid.
And I'm sorry, as much as I love Scorsese and I love Tarantino and I love all these fucking guys, just because that's their name doesn't mean that they're going to make a good film and that everyone else can't make a good film. Fuck off with that shit, dude. We work too fucking hard for this stuff. It's insane. RJ, you know how hard you work. You know how hard people like John Bopton work. I keep bringing him up, but it's just a common name that we both know. That kid busts ass. He flies all over the country. He's in everything he can possibly be in. Why is he not on like winning Oscars yet? Because his name isn't fucking De Niro. That's why. And that's bullshit to me, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I just think that's fucking bullshit. That's all. That's how I feel about that.
It's the way of the world. Wayne's World.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna start my own fucking thing, and I'm gonna have the Willie Awards. That's what we're gonna have. Wilco Willies. Win a Willie. That's what it's gonna be. I'm telling you, we're gonna do something. Because I am sick and fucking tired of this shit, and it doesn't mean anything. And I used to think that I talked to you about this fucking arbiter of truth, the metric for success. What the fuck? Who the fuck wants to win an Oscar at this point, RJ? Seriously. Because in order to win the Oscar, can you pull up really quick, please do your job, put your fucking phone down and look up for me the criteria for winning an Oscar? That would be lovely if we could look up the criteria, the checklist of what it takes to win a fucking Oscar these days. Since we still got 10 minutes left, Arch. Just letting you know.
Sounds good.
Representation and inclusion standards.
Yeah. What does it take to win an Oscar these days?
Lead or significant supporting actor from underrepresented racial or ethnic groups.
Next.
At least 30% of all actors not submitted for Oscar consideration are from at least 2 underrepresented groups, which may include women, racial, LGBTQ, or people with cognitive or physical disabilities.
Are you hearing this, RJ?
I'm hearing it.
This is my point. So you could make the world's worst fucking movie, right? You could make the world's worst movie, hit all of these points, win an Oscar, and all the rest of the movies that get made don't hit all of these points, but they are better, and they won't win an Oscar. So who the fuck cares about winning an Oscar these days, RJ? That's what I want to know. Do you give a fuck? Are you going to lose sleep if you don't win an Oscar, but you make a movie that like, it's supposed to be artwork, dude. That's the whole appeal to me, at least, of this industry, is it's a way to express and tell stories and fucking get with it. And unless you have one of each in this deck of cards, you're fucked. Who cares about winning an Oscar? Who gives a fuck at this point, dude? It's like so fucking frustrating.
It would be cool.
It would be cool.
I wouldn't say no.
No. I'll tell you this much, RJ. Let's be honest here. It would be cool by the standards of like 1990 or 2000, or even like 1949 or 59. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, that's cool.
Hispanic or Latina.
I don't know. It's funny because we rant about this for an hour. Like, I'm not going to be sitting in the theater in an hour watching Gladiator 2. I'm just part of the problem. I mean,
well, no, I think that the honestly issue, because I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't agree with you there, because you're going to go. We like movies. So like whatever they put out in the theater, we're going to go see.
We do like movies.
You know, I think it's frustrating that like, I think the frustration for me, RJ, comes from the fact that I want more fucking movies. I want more originality. I don't want them to get rid of these things.
Even the crew has to be an ethnic group.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
That is wild.
What I was going to
go what?
What I was going to say, and this could kind of serve as some kind of question of the day, is how do you think, like, genuinely behind closed doors, if you ask Spielberg, how does he feel about what's happening today? Because I think if you look at it, like, he kind of indirectly caused this. And I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but when he made Jaws and Jurassic Park, like that's where it changed everything.
Summer blockbuster.
And same thing with George Lucas. Like, Star Wars, as much as we love it, kind of ruined the industry. It didn't. While making it big at the same time.
No, it didn't. I totally disagree with you. But
Nick, look at all the movies they're remaking. They're all franchises that got made in the 70s and 80s that were huge.
I agree.
I'm not saying that they did this was an intentional thing on their part. I'm just saying they were somehow involved in it. Like, it must feel weird.
Okay, so I agree with you there. I think that just because, like, you can't blame. Where are you going with this? Because you can't, just hear me out, because I want to make sure I'm understanding you. You can't blame Spielberg for the way that Hollywood is right
I'm not blaming him.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I'm just saying, I feel like if you made this huge movie in the 80s,
yes,
that now they continue to remake, and it's caused this like domino effect where they keep remaking these franchise movies. I'm not saying he knew this was going to happen, but it must feel a little weird that, like, you're complaining about how Hollywood's doing, but like it's kind of based on a movie you made. Like it's all sprung from that.
Okay, I see what
I'm
you're
just
saying.
it
I
must
see what you're
just
saying.
feel
I see
kinda
what you're saying.
weird. It must
So-
be a weird.
So I think that my issue, if I'm gonna be 100% honest, I think my issue is that you and I have no money, right? So I can't go make a $500 million film just because, right? We're I don't want to say struggling filmmakers, like I do find for myself. You are currently working and living in a not the world's cheapest place. I'll just say that, okay? But the point is not about the. The point is that they're not doing anything original now. I'm not even saying that they shouldn't do the things that they're doing, but there's nothing new. Like there's no original stories that are coming out. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that are few and far between, and they're not promoted the way that they should be. They're not promoted the same way Jaws was. They're not promoted the same way Star Wars was.
100%.
When Empire Strikes Back came out, the marketing for that went through the fucking roof. There's no question. And the genius of George Lucas on that was that he got the rights to do the toys and all the other bullshit. You
But
know
that's
what I
what
mean?
I'm saying. They're piggybacking off all the work they did the first time.
I think if you ask Spielberg today, I think he would be disappointed in Hollywood in general. But it's easy to say when you're 78 years old sitting on your pile of cash, is what I'm trying to explain. I think if Spielberg was our age, even the real honest to God Steven Spielberg, if he had been born, 30, 40, 50 years later, and he was even like a 45-year-old filmmaker right now, he'd be like, this is fucking bullshit. That's what I think he'd be saying. Honest to God.
Yeah.
Do you?
I just think it's kind of like, it's like an Oppenheimer thing. It's like, hey, we created the blockbuster movie, but now at what cost? You know what I'm saying? It's like now today, like
Yeah, but you don't
the
see a bunch of people
blockbusters.
getting Oppenheimer action figures the same way they did with Darth Vader.
No, I'm saying like Oppenheimer, like in real life, the person, like he created the bomb at the moment. It was this huge thing, but now,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying Spielberg and them, those are the Oppenheimers
and
of the film
Lucas
industry.
did kind of had that. Yeah.
Would you classify a movie that's made off of like a book as a remake, or like not a remake, but like original?
Adopted.
No, because
It's adopted.
yeah, I
adapted. Adopted is what you do with
Adapted.
Chinese kids. All right.
Because I
think
feel like they
that's
don't do
fine,
that
'cause They've
anymore.
been doing that for a while.
But I feel like we had
Harry
a huge run in like the early 2000s, like the late 2000s, early 2010s, where a lot of book movies were being made. Hunger Games,
Harry
Ender's
Potter.
Game, all that kind of
Cape
shit.
Fear,
Well,
Great Gatsby. Dude, first
Jurassic Park is a
I was just gonna say Jurassic Park's off of a book as well. Like they've been doing
Like
this.
everything's off a book.
They've been doing this for years.
Game of
Book
Thrones.
adaptations. In answer to your question, I don't consider that a remake. I consider that a make.
Would you consider it like an original?
If I got a pen and paper and rewrote all of fucking The Great Gatsby, that would be a remake of the book.
Yeah.
You know who would read it? This many people. Zero. It makes no
I think
fucking
it
sense.
becomes an issue when you make it 3 times.
Dude, what the fuck with the third Cape Fear is a little crazy.
It's a TV show. This
Shut down.
I'm telling you right now, they don't care about the art. They don't care about the fucking the work. They don't care about the people. The real Oppenheimer of the film industry. Now that you've said that and it got me on this train of thought, RJ, was George Lucas, and it was because of the
Yeah.
it was because of the toys
And CGI
and
too.
the shit. CGI a little bit, okay, but it's still animation. It still takes people to make that. You can still write an original story and then have it be a lot of CGI in there.
Avatar.
I'm not a fan of CGI, but that doesn't mean that it's not like worth anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm just saying like he abused it with the prequels.
Oh, dude, they have ruined. I was just showing my buddy the other day. I was showing him. There was like a split screen top and bottom on Instagram of what the original A New Hope used to look like versus what it is now.
I hated it.
He was shocked, dude.
Yeah,
He was like, they added all that shit later. I'm like, no. They added all that shit like 5 years ago, bro. Like, they're still fucking with these movies. And to me, let me tell you something, because that really pisses me the fuck off. That's the equivalent to me, putting the CGI fucking elephants and things in A New Hope.
It's so
It's
unnecessary.
the equivalent of painting eyebrows on the Mona Lisa. It's fucking blasphemy, bro.
unnecessary.
I don't like it at all.
What they did
just-
a Jabba?
They CGI thing.
Oh, yeah.
CGI Jabba?
Everything.
Dude, I
Just everything.
don't.
Like Lucas would CGI things that just don't need to be CGI'd. Like he would CGI like Palpatine's desk. And I think it's a lot easier to just buy a desk.
What the fuck, dude? They
what do you
fucking
do?
changed all of those. Like, think about it. Okay, so ready? So you have what's it called? Industrial Light and Magic, right? ILM. They did all those blue screen with the
Yep.
ships going by and all this other shit, right?
Yeah.
They've completely masked over them with CGI X-wing flyers and everything else. What the fuck are we doing? If this was a painting at the Louvre, I'm dead serious, and I really feel this passionate about it. If this was a painting at the Louvre, and some fucking dickface with $100 million said the Mona Lisa needs a new dress, and just started fucking painting all over it, the world would go absolutely apeshit. So why the fuck can we take something like Star Wars or Jaws or whatever that is a literal moment in history that is a beautiful masterpiece of work, that's an original fucking work, that some 27-year-old kid put his fucking blood, sweat, and tears into for months on end, and then sat through editing and everything else to put this out that was already successful. It's not like the fucking CGI remakes, RJ, make anything better. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they actually improve anything. They actually take away from fucking everything. And it's very annoying, and I actually am really passionate about it. Actually, for real.
That's a
I
big.
could tell.
It's a big reason why I like Jurassic Park, because a lot of it they use animatronics. Like they use CGI where they have to, and it was like really the first
Right.
movie
The
where
new
they
ones
could.
suck because it's all CGI.
Yeah,
Right. CGI is supposed to be an enhancer.
yeah.
It's not the solution. This fucking walking around with a blue stick with a green tennis ball on the end of it. Fuck off. Like, I can't fucking
Dude, look at
stand that.
Lord of the Rings and the miniature work they did on that.
Well, I also feel like that like when you CGI everything, that kind of impacts the actor, because it's like if you're looking at an animatronic T-Rex, you're like, oh, okay, I can kind of put myself in that. But if some dude's just holding a tennis ball in front of you, you're like, imagine this is a T-Rex.
Yeah, right.
It's like, no, that's I'm not.
So
gonna do
I gotta say one thing about the whole industry. The allure, or one of the many things that I love about it, and part of the reason, RJ, that I didn't move to LA when I got old enough and had a financial enough situation to do something like that, is because the cool thing about the movie industry is no matter who you are and no matter what background you come from, whether it's medical, construction, editing, computers, art and design, it doesn't writing, camera work, it doesn't matter, sound, there is absolutely an ass for every seat on the set. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background is. You could go in and be a help to make a movie somewhere. You may not be the director, you may not be the lead actor, but you can be a set painter, you can be a costume designer, you can be all these different things. And there's always a place, there's an ass for every seat on a film set. And it's a very collaborative, cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? When you stop using miniatures, when you stop using stop motion, when you stop using practical effects, yes, there are teams of editors that do the CGI stuff, but you're taking work away from like real physical building artists. You know what I mean? And it's a fucking shame is what it is, RJ. It's a fucking shame.
It's wicked.
You know, Wicked is shit.
That movie sucked.
Dude, Max, tell RJ about Wicked from
All
this
right.
weekend. What did you think about Wicked?
So like I'm not a big I can understand if a musical, I get it, right? It's not my particular cup of tea. I'll go to a theater and see a musical, and I can get that because I can actually see, you know, people actually performing the music to the people singing to. In a movie, it doesn't make sense because it's like, where is this music coming from? It pissed me off. The thing about Wicked that pissed me off the whole time, I went with my girlfriend. She really wanted to go see it. Brought her to go see it. The whole time, I'm imagining like funny scenarios about how to make this movie better. One was like Al Pacino Scarface if he was in this movie right now. That'd just be hilarious.
Or Al Pacino from Jack and Jill.
Yeah. But the thing that pissed me off is like Oz is such a cool like universe world where they could do something really, really cool with it and like maybe go down a darker route or something like that. But they make like a fucking musical event. It's like, I get it, but it's like
Nothing's new. There's no
Yeah.
new takes on anything. There's
You're
nothing.
preaching to the choir.
I would say the best thing on this list is probably well, no, it's not.
like Wicked's not even original. It's a fucking Broadway
Nolan.
play.
No.
Yeah, okay, Nolan. Yeah, it's just, you know, whatever. Okay. I'll yeah.
Wait,
okay.
who's that director with the weird name? I think they're from New Zealand.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
What about him? He's good.
He
Yeah,
fell
no,
off.
he I feel like some of his movies were pretty good.
What's he done recently?
Nothing good.
Yeah,
Right.
Nothing good, yeah.
Bingo fucking bango. That's my point right there. Like, you know, like ever since Jojo Rabbit, we haven't seen him, right?
That's it.
The
He
guy,
was one and done. See
Like,
you
Love
around.
and Thunder. That
The
was
guy-
big
Yeah,
shit.
fuck off with the Love and Thunder.
the
You know what
guy
I
who
mean?
directed the first 2014 Godzilla is doing the new Jurassic World. And I don't know how to feel about that.
Mm.
Gareth Edwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards.
Yeah.
But he did Rogue One too. He's
Yo,
good. I like Robert.
Rogue One's so
He's
fucking good.
He good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm over it. I'm annoyed by it.
I'm ready to piss on screen.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, RJ, text me after you see that film. I think it'll be interesting. Movie Mob premieres every Friday at 6 p.m. And like and subscribe, please. For the love of
Comment.
God, leave a comment, because if we get enough subscribers to make actually good movies, we will.
Support my job.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. We would love it. We'd love to
The
have you
first
here.
thing we'll make
Right.
is Gladiator 3.
That you damn right. I was thinking we make Lilo and Stitch back animation again. We'll just reanimate the whole fucking thing. And we'll
Stitch and
re-release it.
Lilo.
No, we should do real live action Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, get me an alien, you fuck, and then we'll do it.
I'll
All
put me
right,
in a
how's that
suit.
sound?
You can put
How
me in a
about we
suit.
do this? We put a blue,
Paint
like
me
a
up.
little chihuahua in a blue. We paint them
Oh,
blue.
I like
You know what I
that.
mean? That's a
Cute.
horse of a different
I
color.
would say paint me up.
Oz reference. Okay. Movie Mob premieres Friday, 6 p.m. Thanks so much. RJ, take it away, please.
How you doing?